To all the members as a group, have you ever argued hard and why?
Welcome to MsMojo. The K-pop machine has provided fans with a seemingly endless supply of idol groups for every possible taste, unless your taste is for co-ed ensembles. Pickings are slim, and few stick around long-term. For every card building up a solid career, there's at least 2 play the sirens fading away almost immediately. Why though? Well, let's see if we can't tease out some of the reasons for this notable divide. It might help to start at the very beginning. Sorry, that was a reflex. Different beginning. There we go. K-pop as we know it took off in 1992, when the trio Ji-hye and boys catapulted onto the Korean music scene. With a sound and performance style heavily influenced by American New Jack Swing, they were initially considered too foreign and too bizarre by the establishment of the day, but audiences felt differently. Their debut album blew up, and just like that, South Korean pop culture was forever changed. Western hip-hop, pop, and rock became prominent influences on Korean popular music, and plenty of new groups were eager to get in on the action. In those early days of the first generation, there actually were a few very well-liked co-ed units. Cool debuted in 1994, and after some lineup shuffling settled in as a mixed trio. Also in 1994 came Roo'ra, a co-ed group that would become one of the biggest musical acts of the 90s in South Korea. Several other mixed ensembles would debut strong in the 90s and continue into the next millennium, but future giant SM Entertainment was cooking up something that would reset the game completely. HOT came in like an HEAT wave in 1996. Having polled real high schoolers about their preferences, producer Yi Soo-man engineered this 5-piece boy group to cater to those tastes. HOT didn't just offer catchy songs, they upped the ante with head-turning good looks and highly polished performance skills honed through intense training. And fans, especially young female fans, definitely noticed. This isn't unique to South Korea, of course. Popular musical acts have been inspiring absolute mania in their admirers for at least as long as TV programs have been broadcasting performances, with the most passionate fans often being adolescent girls.
I noticed that there aren't any boys waiting online here. How do you account for that?
They're crazy. They're jealous too, I bet. They're jealous, that's all. Because not many girls, not many girls treat other boys like this, you know, because they're not really. They don't have anything. I mean, these Beatles have looks, they have talent.
As time went along, it turned out that their interest wasn't necessarily limited to male artists. A killer girl group could inspire just as much devotion.
Hi, Emma.
Oh my god, is Melby talking to me?
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm so
ready?
excited. I'm legitimately crying. I'm the biggest Spice Girls fan ever. Okay.
There is a magnetic appeal to talent, fame, and charisma. When it comes together with music that validates, or even creates something inside the listener, a performer becomes an entity that feels approachable enough to connect with, while also being just out of reach, like a dream, or an idol, if you will. By the time K-pop entered its second generation around the turn of the new millennium, the entertainment companies feeding the industry had fired up their idol-producing factories, and they were starting to fully grasp the power of fan investment.
하셔평 감사합니다. 마지막으로 KBS 관계자 여러분들 감사합니다. 덕분에 열심히 하겠습니다.
Groups were designed around personality archetypes to maximize chemistry and make sure every fan could find their ideal type among the members. They sold young consumers on the idea of a special bond between artists and audiences, introducing official fandom names, special light sticks, and collectible photo cards. Entrenching a certain tribal mentality not only gave fans a community, but reinforced the idea that the relationship with their group of choice was something intimate and personal. Whether they were dreaming of romance with a member or becoming the missing puzzle piece in an aspirational circle of besties, the lure of the fantasy became a major feature of K-pop fandom. This likely plays some part in the dearth of co-ed groups, which were already an anomaly by second gen. Logically speaking, if the fantasy is a major foundational piece of a group's success, then anything that might disrupt it should be avoided. And the constant presence of a co-ed element is, for many fans, inherently disruptive. This speaks to some of South Korea's particular cultural differences. In a more conservative environment where traditional Confucian values are deep-rooted, friendship between the sexes is a point of contention.
After reading this comment, there are only two ways for it to be possible. If one person is super ugly or either gay, it's possible to be friends. But then the best comment was, if both of the people are ugly, it can happen.
Though attitudes are slowly changing with younger generations, outside of a school setting, co-ed friendships have always been less common. Even where they exist, they are rarely as casually familiar as we like to think ours can be in the West.
Men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
That's not true.
There are a lot of people to this day who fully agree with Harry Burns. In fact, many South Koreans express discomfort with the idea of their partner having any significant platonic relationships with the opposite sex.
여자친이 없어요.
있긴 한데 한 달에 한 번도 안 봅니다.
제가 근데 여자친구분은 여사친 인정한다 그랬잖아요.
상상하니까 좀 화가 나네요.
Working from that perspective, it follows that audiences could see the members of a co-ed group as people who will inevitably fall for each other and either spoil a fan's romantic projections or else ruin the friendship they see themselves as a silent partner to.
Just wanna say yeah to the future. Wanna say yeah.
To be fair, it's not a totally irrational assumption. Good-looking, talented young people sequestered by the intense scheduling that rules an idol's life could reasonably be expected to develop an interest in one another.
So free, I'm 365, so fresh. R-E-S-N-H, so fresh. F-R-E-S-N-H. Take that.
One of K-pop's most notorious couples, Hyuna and Dawn, revealed a relationship to the world the year after forming a co-ed trio with fellow Cube label mate Hui. Though the pair were dismissed from Cube, they went on to have some success promoting as a couple. However, for those already skeptical of co-ed group members being able to stay professional, it was a major confirmation.
L-O-V-E, play the ping pong.
The Hyuna and Dawn situation would also have given executives serious pause. While they may have emerged with their careers intact, they're very much an exception rather than a rule.
해외에 계신 많은 팬분들께서 응원을 보내주시고 계신데 덕분에 이번 활동 더 열심히 할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
For Westerners, dating might inspire interest, but rarely vitriol. With idols meant to have eyes only for their fans, though, even the rumor of a significant other has been known to cause earth-shattering uproar in South Korea. It may seem extreme, but it's not inconsistent with the low tolerance South Koreans have for scandals in general. Public figures especially are held to almost impossibly high standards, and audiences are quick to turn their backs on celebrities who run afoul of their expectations. So entertainment companies are highly aware that their investment in an artist can go up in smoke over the smallest thing. Unfortunately, when it comes to co-ed idol groups, there is a prominent example of a Hindenburg proportion disaster looming over the conversation.
It burst into flames. It burst into flames, and it's falling. It's crashing.
We all know the story of the mixed group formed around one girl from a wealthy and influential family, a group that had big hits and bigger drama. We're talking, of course, about Sharp. Did you think we meant something else?
안녕하세요. AllDay Project입니다.
Well, maybe we'll circle back on that later. Sharp debuted in 1998. Meant to center vocalist So Ji-young and bankrolled by her family money, the group saw a few lineup changes, but enjoyed success up until 2002. It It all came crashing down in spectacular fashion when Ji-young and groupmate Ji-hye got into a brawl in a public elevator, leading to a now legendary press conference, and the revelation that Ji-young, along with Sharp's 2 male members, had orchestrated a years-long campaign of alienation and harassment against Ji-hye. The scandal punctured Sharp's future chances, and we haven't really seen a similarly high-profile co-ed group since. It's not that there haven't been any mixed idol units. The third generation did give us Card after all. While this group maintains a stalwart fan base and enjoys a good amount of international support, they remain chronically underrated in their home country. But the last 5 years have seen a huge upsurge in K-pop fans from outside Korea, and companies have taken notice.
Just do whatever you want to do. I guarantee that it's the best for you. Just do it, do it, do it, do it.
Not only has this resulted in a noticeable effort to tailor 5th-gen groups for more global appeal, but also an unprecedented tsunami of new groups debuting recently. To stand out, rookies have to bring something truly unique to the table. With a glut of boy and girl groups fighting for fan attention, and a vast international audience apparently open to the idea of supporting a co-ed unit, it was only a matter of time before a company seized on the opportunity to fill a niche.
Don't you try me, I want some more. Don't you claim that we on the floor. Don't you try me, I want some more.
In June of 2025, YG Entertainment's associate company, The Black Label, introduced AllDay Project to the world. Any group debuting under the umbrella of a Big 4 company is bound to generate buzz, and ADP certainly did that. Unfortunately, the buzz turned into more of an angry swarm pretty much off the bat.
Get shot. Photo shoot.
Initial controversy stemmed from member Tarzan's, shall we say, controversial styling choices. But then it came out that groupmate Annie was in fact the scion of one of the wealthiest, most powerful families in South Korea. Allegations immediately began that she'd bought her way into the group.
Really talking to me like that, better know that I hit back.
Things hit a fever pitch once AllDay Project was awarded a grand prize at the Korea Grand Music Awards a mere 5 months after debut. And then the unthinkable happened. All the far-flung corners of K-pop fandom seemed to put their differences aside as they united in outrage, accusing Annie and ADP of using her family's influence to boost their success over the heads of more deserving idols.
I wanna see your eyes on me, eyes on me.
As if this wasn't enough drama, rumors have already begun about members dating. Meanwhile, the exclusion of vocalist Youngso from unit and solo tracks has some convinced that she's being deliberately snubbed by her members. For one reason or another, ADP is always making headlines for the wrong reasons, and the specter of Sharp casts a heavy shadow on the beleaguered group.
Like the way you look at me, like ADP, are you ready? Camera action.
All things considered, it may just be the case that entertainment companies don't see co-ed groups as a worthwhile investment. They're harder to sell, with a slimmer chance of success in an industry where every debut is already a moonshot. The culture of the modern internet does not improve the landscape. Fan fury is easy to provoke and harder than ever to escape. Even though co-ed idol groups account for only a small fraction of the industry, the fact that several have generated so much negative attention is not lost on executives looking for surefire hitmakers.
한다는 말로는 표현이 안 되는 거야, 이게. 그러다 보니까 더니가 음악을 진짜 잘하는 친구라는 걸 내가 알기 때문에 많은 사람들이 이제 알아줬으면 좋겠고.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Co-ed groups so often offer a fresh new flavor to a scene that can feel a little repetitive, and mixed lineups have had plenty of lasting success in South Korea's rock, hip-hop, and indie scenes. But when it comes to K-pop idols, the model works against them.
It's too late.
The concept has potential, but the fanbase seem uncertain of how to approach a co-ed group, and famously risk-averse executives have little precedent of success to hang their hopes on. However, AllDay Project's debut proves that they're still willing to consider the idea. Given the right combination of faith, talent, and circumstances, we might see a superstar co-ed group yet.
Finally here, I'm alive. Come on, just dance with me now, dance with me now.
What are your thoughts on co-ed K-pop? Share them in the comments.